Welcome in 2026 to Specifically About Quality. We are here to bring clarity to your toughest quality management questions and help you drive lasting results. I'm Agata Lewkowska, expert in quality management systems in automotive. And today with me is Christopher Scott.
Happy New Year, Agata. And I'm Christopher Scott. We're glad to have you with us. 2025 was really exceptional because we launched this podcast and we observed more and more people were interested in it, which was great to see. And as always, if you enjoy this podcast, please follow us on Spotify or share it with your network and visit us at qualitywise.pl, where we offer training, audits, and consulting to help you take your QMS to the next level.
And today we'll talk about something very timely: how to refresh and refocus your quality management system activities in the new year. It's a great moment to step back and simply think strategically about what you want your quality system to deliver in the months ahead.
Agata, you love working with QMS, or quality management systems, so I think I have a perfect question for you. Why is the beginning of the new year such a good time to refresh your quality management system?
Because it's a natural reset point. Many companies are wrapping up management reviews, setting new KPIs, or maybe launching improvement initiatives. And it's also when people are more open to change. Teams are coming back from winter holidays with fresh energy, and we can leverage that momentum simply.
Exactly. And instead of getting trapped in a reactive mode, we can plan proactively. What risks do we need to monitor this year? What new standards or customer requirements are coming? Things change with every new year, every new calendar year, as well as financial years. And what processes haven't been challenged in quite some time.
And let's be honest, many quality management system activities tend to get routine, unfortunately. This is the chance to ask, are your audits meaningful? Are you using data effectively? Is your training current? We'll share practical ideas in this episode to help listeners take certain actions.
So let's give our listeners some categories of activities they could really focus on refreshing in your experience, Agata.
Well, as an experienced quality management system coordinator, let me share my thoughts on what I would do as main activities to plan another year. I would set a schedule for a management review meeting, ensuring that top management is engaged in assessing the quality management system effectiveness simply. Because in my opinion, it shall be one of the most important activity to close old year. And if your organization decides to schedule at least an annually management review in different time intervals, it may not necessarily be your priority. But remember that in management review outcomes, leadership takes decision which may affect the new year. That's why it may be really so important. Chris, we need to record an episode about management review, which shall be published quite soon, because some companies really may close old year with management review.
Yeah, it sounds good. It sounds really good, I could say. But what about updating the objectives and targets from your perspective?
Yes, this is another quite important aspect of quality management systems. So simply establish new quality objectives and targets aligned with the organization's strategic goals. This is the golden rule, really, for establishing these KPIs and their objectives. Ensure that these objectives are measurable, realistic, and contribute to continuous improvement, okay? And please remember that once objectives are established, they may change even within the year, okay? It's not that I need to keep them for 12 months, even if I'm not meeting them, because it simply may show that they are too ambiguous. And objectives are not only established for processes. Remember about functions and levels in the organizations as well, because this is the requirement from ISO 9001.
Absolutely. And the second basic thing is performance metrics and monitoring tools, in my opinion.
Yes. Define and implement key performance indicators to measure the effectiveness of QMS processes. So this is connected to the previous one, what I already said. So you should implement monitoring tools to track performance in the real time and facilitate data-driven decision-making. Let's remember that how you will be monitoring, with which frequency, which method, which tools you will use, even simple Excel file. This needs to be defined according to ISO 9001 as well.
Now, let's apply risk-based thinking, our favorite topic, or one of them part of ISO 9001 and ITF. We've already spoke about this in podcast episode 6. What will you say about reviewing risk management in this context?
Yes. This is a very important topic. We need to review and update the risk management maybe plan to address emerging risks and uncertainties. And simply remember that risk management shall be present in the processes, but also may concern system mechanisms as well. So not only the processes which have their process owners, yes, because system mechanisms are maybe forgotten because only one person is managing them, because this is in many cases quality management system coordinator, yes. But some risks, even for internal audit performance, can also be identified. And additionally, don't forget risk may be negative, but also positive. And in other words, then we have the opportunity. This is also our obligation in quality management system. One of the tools which can be used for identifying risks and opportunities is SWOT analysis.
Yes, and such an opportunity can be internal audit planning. What do you think about that?
Internal audit planning is another quite important aspect. So please establish an internal audit schedule. This is mostly done in the audit program. This is how it is called since 2015 in ISO 9001. You can do it for the year, for a 3 years interval already before next certification audit will come to you. Please ensure that you cover all critical processes. But in general, every process in our QMS shall be audited. And remember about the criteria for the audit frequency in the audit program. This is in many cases forgotten. Many times I observe that organizations have audit program. But what about the prioritization? We have certain requirements in ISO and ITF to define this priority. Yes, for instance, what is the criticality of the process? Where are the changes in the process? What are the non-conformities connected to the process? Any changes in the process itself, okay? Also, remember, please, when you will be doing the audit program, that if your organization is responsible for software development, it shall also be included in the audit program. And also in this audit program, assign auditors and provide necessary training to ensure that they are competent for these audits. And don't forget about the minimum audit quantities for auditors in the automotive industry, because this is also another point. If you are struggling with the resources, because automotive internal or second-party auditors really need to meet a lot of requirements to be competent, then maybe you don't have those auditors. So you need to have a minimum audit quantities for each auditor, like even maybe only one audit per year. This is my advice for you. So also remember that when you will be working with the audit program, you should also cover in automotive the product, process, and the system as well.
That's a great point. And I think I'd like to move on to my favorite subject, which is supply management, based on my experience and career. What would you suggest for the new year? What should we focus on in regards to supplier management, Agata?
We have something what you really like. Yes, for the supplier management, I would say maybe it's time to review the criteria for evaluating and selecting suppliers based on their performance, maybe reliability, and simply adherence to quality standards. What else? Maybe review the results of the suppliers already cooperating with your organization and communicate your updated customer satisfaction to suppliers, because, suppliers may be troublemakers, and then it is reflected in your scoring at customer, yes? So this is also a good moment when we start a new year to plan auditing the suppliers or even supplier development.
That's a great point. But I think we should probably move on to something very important for the quality management system. We can even say the foundation of a QMS, and this is customer satisfaction.
You said it very well. The foundation of QMS is customer satisfaction. Customer is our input in the QMS and actually our output, next to the business goals, of course. So maybe review your performance for customer satisfaction based on your internal sources of knowledge. Maybe these are KPIs. Of course, certain KPIs are already required by ITF, so these are mandatory. But also, you may have external sources of information like customer scorecards, if they are provided by your customer. Many OEMs mostly have those scorecards. Further in the supply chain, it's maybe less common to have such scorecards. But use customer inputs to drive improvements in your products, services, or overall customer satisfaction. Maybe It will be connected to big activities like even change management, which in some cases is a must.
And what about continuous improvement initiatives?
Continuous improvement actually is required that the leadership are promoting it. And when leadership shall promote a culture of continuous improvement, they can establish simply a mechanisms for employees to suggest or maybe implement process enhancements. What about setting up regular review meetings to assess the progress of improvement initiatives? This is what I observe in many organizations, that actually employees are present in such continuous improvement. And it will not only be beneficial for customer satisfaction, this is what we said just before, but also for the organization's effectiveness.
You're right. And leadership should promote a continuous improvement culture, not only because it's their obligation in the QMS, but also needed for the benefit of the whole organization or company. So what do you say about the training program in regards to QMS?
I would suggest that definitely we shall develop a training program. So define maybe a schedule for this year, especially covering new hires. What about our procedures? Are they updated? Conduct a competence assessment, maybe to identify these training needs. Mostly process owners or functional managers are in charge of identifying training needs for their employees. And next step would be to ensure simply employees are qualified for their roles. So in other words, just please remember that a good starting point is a job description, because job description is defining this, what is required. I mean here, skills for each individual position. And based on it, another step shall be development plan, not other way round.
Well, I think we've got quite a long list of activities that we need to do, or our listeners need to do. I would say anything else. I know you're a fan of the quality management system, but Agatha, maybe just one last one that you could add and contribute, please.
Oh, it's so difficult to have only one last to define. Okay, but there is one quite important document in quality management system. This is, in my opinion, after quality policy and quality manual, third, the most important document. So I'm talking now about a contingency plan. And this new year is a good opportunity to review this document, because actually we know that in quality management system, there are a lot of documents and they should be reviewed and updated based on maybe our document management procedure. But contingency plan is a specific document in terms of the update, because this document actually requires update at least on a yearly basis. So make sure you have all the required in ITF 16949 emergency issues included in this contingency plan. Another thing is that establish or maybe update emergency response plans, including contingency measures for potential disruptions. Are you sure you have made simulations? This is also among the requirements in ITF 16949 for contingency planning. So a new year can be a white page for quality management system. Now I'm talking in general. And I would say a great foundation for product and process compliance to meet customer requirements throughout the year. So definitely, I didn't mention a lot of other different activities, as there are so many. So I hope that at least this, what I emphasized till this moment, you will pay attention in your organization and it will be helpful for you.
That's great, Agatha. So I think what we could sort of move towards a close in the podcast, we'll briefly talk about this, is how to identify what to refresh. So I think what we need to do is get practical. If a quality manager is sitting down this week and thinking, where should I refresh my QMS? Where do they start?
I would say first, start working with Qualitywise. But first, review your last management review minutes and audit results. Are there actions that didn't move forward? Are there recurring findings? And that's a great starting point, I would say.
I'd like to add, secondly, I would suggest talking to production and other functions within your organization. What's bothering them? What processes feel bureaucratic? What problems keep reoccurring? Listening here can uncover valuable refresh opportunities.
And the third, to add to here, customer feedback. Even if formal complaints are down, what are your customers saying informally? Sales and service teams often hear a real voice of the customer. Okay, so this is important later to work with the requirements, maybe change the requirements, and after you can improve your customer satisfaction.
Something which has worked great with some of our clients, and I would say, why not do something like, maybe I would call it a quality management system refresh workshop. So this is maybe in January, invite cross-functional leaders and map out which parts of their QMS add value, which have not so much or not as good as what we want it to be. And that can bring great results to your organization.
And refreshing QMS activities sounds really great. But how do you get the organization to care? And here, if I would answer this question, is first tip, what I would say is to involve people early. Don't just announce new audits or new KPIs. Maybe ask team for input. Again, in this podcast, we are coming back to accountability and ownership. These are two quite important things what should be assured, yes? Starting from high-level perspective that leadership have the accountability for the quality management system. And I will be always repeating this because this is really the most important, in my opinion, requirement to have things working or even done.
Yes, and finally, tie in refresh activities to what matters. So these are things like customer satisfaction. As we said, that's a foundation to a quality management system. Smoother processes or more efficient ways of working. This means fewer surprises. So when people see the connection to business outcomes, the buy-in increases. And before we close, if this episode sparks ideas for your QMS refresh, but you want to help putting them into practice, please visit us at qualitywise.pl.
We offer a targeted workshop to help refresh key areas like internal audits, control plans, problem solving, even risk management. And actually, we can support you in all QMS activities that we discussed today. We also provide customized consulting to design a quality management system refresh roadmap that fits your company's needs.
You don't have to do it alone. And in the new year, it's a perfect time to drive new value from your quality system.
That's it for today's episode of Specifically About Quality. We hope you feel inspired and look at your quality management system with fresh eye this year.
Now it's your turn. What did you think about today's topic? Let us know in the comments. And if you'd liked today's episode, share it and give us a like to help us reach more quality-minded professionals.
And as a bonus, we've prepared a downloadable checklist for today's topic, Quality Management System Refresh Planner. You can grab it from our website under Resources. See you next time.